Well, I used to go to the mall and talk to everyone at the mall about this new church we were starting. But I'll tell you, there was a day that came in my life when I was beginning to feel like God forgot where I lived. It's like God sent me to Granger and then forgot where I was. I don't know if you've ever felt like that. You know, you're on mission, you think you're doing what God wants you to do, and then you kind of wake up and go, I'm not sure that God even still has his hand on me here. What's going on? Well, we had people in Bible study, but I'm telling you what, no place to meet. The schools wouldn't let us meet in their facilities. There were no empty buildings. There were no buildings to buy. And even if there were buildings to buy, we couldn't have bought one. We had no money at all. So I began to get sad. You ever been sad? Flat out sad. Just stuff like that kind of sad. I remember going to the mall, talk to everyone in the mall. Hey, we're doing this new church. Woohoo! Of course, in my heart, I'm going, but there's nowhere to meet. Then I backed my car up at the parking lot, the back end of the parking lot by Best Buy, my car facing west. You know, straight in front of me is Wendy's on the right and Olive Garden on the left. Well, Best Buy wasn't Best Buy then, it was Service Merchandise. And it really was the dead end of the parking lot. There was nothing to the east of Best Buy. Nothing, just fields. This road, University Drive out here, this big highway in front of our church, you know what? That was a 2-lane dirt road called Cass Road. And it just went over to Maine, but Maine didn't go anywhere. Maine, there was no bridge over the toll road. There was no road over the road. Cass Road went down and dead-ended right here on what's now Maine to a really sophisticated highway, which was a poorly maintained, used to be asphalt, now is mostly gravel, 2-lane deal back up to Gumwood in 23. So I'm telling you, it was a different day. I backed my car up in the parking lot next to Service Merchandise. I'm facing west, and I'm praying for people as they drive by. What else are you going to do to start a church? God bless the people in those cars. Bless those people. God bless them. And crying, praying and crying. Bless those people, Lord. You don't even know where I am. It's like I'm in high weeds. God, bless those people. So I did what I don't recommend anyone doing. In that moment of desperation and sadness when it seemed like God was so far, I said, where in the world are you, God? I said, God, I need some kind of evidence that you still have your hand on me, that you haven't forgotten me, that you sent me here. God, you haven't abandoned me. Give me some kind of sign, God. Give me a sign. And I wiped the tears from my eyes, and I looked out my car window, and there was that sign. It said, coming soon, GCC. It was a real sign. That's the sign. And I know they thought it meant General Cinemas Corporation, but I knew what it really meant. I said, it's a sign. And I went to the manager of the theater. I said, could we meet in your theater? And he said, yes, as soon as we build it. The first weekend that they had a movie, before any film was shown in that theater, we had church and lifted up Jesus Christ in the 6 theaters in that curious space for a church.